Okay, we are back to continue with this. I appreciate you all for putting up with my non-gameplay stuff or with my non-crawl stuff. So apparently, if you drink a potion of ambrosia with these guys, um, they attack everything for a couple of turns. Let's give that a try. No, I don't even need to give that a try. But I feel like it's gonna be obscenely powerful with the Bamp Demon Whip that I have. Oh, I have Ignite Poison. Why am I not using it? Yeah. And here you can see why I decided to come here instead of go do something else in Lair. Um, yeah, this place is gonna be way easier to deal with than Lair. I don't need this. I don't need a couple of these things. Not gonna use that. Not gonna use this. Not gonna use that. Not gonna use this. Um, I'm even tempted to drop the rocks because I don't see myself using them really. Um, Maybe even the amulet of regen, normal regen, but no. You know what I should be doing? I should really be buying these gold scales and putting them on. But the thing is that that would absolutely nuke my ability to cast the spells. Yeah, and like as you can see, all my spells are perfectly castable. I have a decent amount of armor class too, so it's not like I really need the gold scales, but like they would sure help. Um, I heard that shields got nerfed. Let's see something. Let's see this description. Max blocks per turn, 3. So yeah, that's the nerf. You cannot see it in tiles. Let me hide my console for a second so you can see it. There should be max blocks per turn equals 3. Kind of really rough. Big nerf to shields. That amount of blocks per turn doesn't scale with your shield stat or anything. It is an intrinsic property based on what the size of the shield you're using is. With a normalist, I think you get 2 blocks, and with this normal shield, you get 3. With a tower shield, you get 4, I think, but I don't know for sure. It might be 5. I think it would be okay if it was 5. Yeah, kind of wild. Like if you think about it, this character is like it's supposed to be doing a layer branch, but instead of that, I'm doing bolts, and I'm doing well in bolts. Let's reposition a bit. There we go, easy peasy. Noxious Bog is gonna be king in this place. Like it is, this place's layout is so open. In some of, like in the open corridors, it is extremely open, so you can just cast Noxious Bog, maybe add a little bit of Toxic Radiance, and then just do that, and everything dies very quickly and very easily. Yeah, this is fantastic. I really like this character. I am enjoying it a good amount. Um, So yeah, I started the game and I didn't update to the newest strong version because when you do that, you can expect to get nerfs. Like if you're playing something fun, it's probably gonna get nerfed. So I might as well save myself the trouble and not do that. Yep. This species, well, it is ogre essentially. It is pretty much ogre. Um, Not a lot of difference when it comes to these guys and ogres, but they're okay. Nothing too revolutionary for sure, but yeah. Senata with an evening star. That is nice. That is very good for me. Yeah, get over here so I can. A blast of power from the earth strikes you. I think that gets weaker if I'm not standing next to a wall. Or how does it work? Nearby construct, so it works with dancing weapons. By the way, can I kill her if she summons? I think that she absolutely nukes me if she decides to summon. Hmm. But it's not like she's gonna get to summon. Like I can just use these, and there we go. Yeah, I mean, it's Noxious Bog. What else can you say? If something is affected by Noxious Bog, it is pretty much death, essentially death. Um, yeah, it is so powerful of a spell. Extremely, extremely strong. Mm, don't I have Irradiate? Because I was made aware of the fact that Irradiates is an alchemy spell, and I feel like it would be good in some situations. For example, this one. I can also do this, I suppose. Yeah, you know, the craziest thing about this, Eringia's Noxious Bog was like 3 schools before, I think. Or maybe it was just like poison transmutation. But anyway, it's now only 2 school, or only 1 school, which is absolutely amazing. This is a significant buff to that spell. That spell was already good. It was kind of niche because of the limitations that it has. Like you cannot really use it properly unless you are in the open, right? Like if you're in a corridor, it doesn't do anything. Like for example, let's say I try to cast it versus that enemy that I just killed with melee, and as you can see, it wouldn't have been possible. I would have had to reposition. Oh, I just remembered. Oh no. I remembered that I had some punch, but I didn't remember that it was so little punch that I had already drank it. Oh man, I really want some more. Like it's already, we already ran out of punch. It was so good, so flavorful. If you have never had the chance to have punch like that, I really recommend it. But I think it would be weird or unusual, unless it is like a Mexican only thing. I don't really know. Um, Alrighty. That was a good chunk of damage, but you don't compare to my strength, Astrian. Yeah, Astrian doesn't have anything interesting, so I don't want to carry it. Or I don't want to pick anything up from Astrian. Now, this Harpy room is interesting because the Harpies are poison resistant and they fly, so they hard counter Noxious Bog. But it seems that my melee is good enough. Look at that. That was kind of wildly good for me. Thunderhooks. Thunderhooks and Frosthearts, both of them are extremely dangerous for this character. Frostheart's not as much as Thunderhooks, but Thunderhooks are pretty messed up, you know. I don't like them. I don't think that they are good design, the Thunderhooks, because they deal really, really large amounts of damage. If they dealt less damage, I would appreciate them as a threat that, if it stays in the back row for long enough, it will like kill you given enough time. But as it is right now, it's like you see one, you must reposition because if you don't reposition, it's gonna kill you. And I don't really like that it is that way. Jeez, do you see that? That poor Frostheart died so quickly. Wow, man. Okay, that was wild. I think it was seriously hurt from toxic radiance. Really poison near the glowing orange brain. Boo! I knew there was a reason to not go Jiva. Like what I was thinking about yesterday, I did even mention it. How Jiva kind of was a non-bo with spells that hit the entirety of the screen except for toxic radiance. But it seems that except for glowing orange brains, if there's a glowing orange brain running around, you cannot cast your poison stuff. And if I cannot cast my poison stuff, I might as well just teleport away. I could have tried the Ambrosia technique, but I might as well save it for later. I think that it is pretty funny the idea of using a potion of Ambrosia and using a potion of Ambrosia and just like swing around like crazy. Like have it be instead of a nerf or like it's not really well. It is, I guess, a danger aversion mechanism, I suppose you could call it that. Like you don't really want to use it in combat with a normal character, but with an Oni, it is like the complete opposite. You actually want to get surrounded and just drink potions of ambrosia, especially if you're using a vamp weapon. If you're using a vamp weapon like what I have, it is so powerful to be swinging around like crazy and just like healing to full HP. Yeah, I look forward to that. I wonder if with enough potions of ambrosia, melee sig would be possible. Probably not, considering how one of the main limitations of melee sig is um, the fact that you just don't have enough HP to deal with all of that. Not enough HP and not enough damage. Not to mention that there's some levels that are just straight up on drainable. Yeah, like if you were to find um, some mummies or something, yeah, that would rough you up. Definitely would ruin your day. I keep finding rings of protection, but I am wearing the ring of the tortoise. It is very difficult for any ring to compete with the ring of the tortoise when I'm a noni. I guess I'm not an ogre. Um, Also, another thing to notate is that my extreme bulk, for the fact that I am an ogre or oni or whatever, comes from the fact that I am a worshipper of Jiva. Jiva has given me 9 armor class and 3 evasion directly. Um, yeah, those are 9 armor class and 3 evasion that if I was not with Jiva, I wouldn't have. By the way, I found out yesterday, after I ended my stream, that apparently Oni was bugged when I started it, and it only got all of its species mutations on level 2, funnily enough. So for level 1, it was a straight up a human, and then it turned into an Oni on level 2. That was already fixed. I think it was kind of funny. Yeah, I'm glad that it was fixed. Mm, maybe weakening something like a netting is not such a terrible idea. Yeah, the weakening effect of mercury vapors is really cool. Bodies, master of life and death. Okay, let's close the door on that. Mm, I don't know. Okay, I think I want to do it for science. I want to see what happens if I slimify bodies, because bodies maybe revives, but my guess is that bodies is not going to revive. Bodies plus a bunch of dudes at the same time makes this a bit complicated. Um, I'm starting to think that I should go get those gold scales. Okay, let's give this a try. Slimify on bodies. And bodies turns into an acid bluff. Bodies the acid bluff. Now I wonder, um, bodies shouldn't respawn, but I want to see what happens. Also, I kind of don't want bodies to eat that rove, but I guess it's too late. I wanted to displace, like I thought about displacing, but I thought that there was a chance for me to take a lot of damage, so I didn't do it. We got a phantom mirror, which whatever, doesn't really matter. You know, the correct thing to do here is to just leave the level. I was gonna sit there and fight, um, but it is unsafe to do so. Brand weapon. I should pick that up before the jellies eat it. Where is it? Okay, I'm too close to it. I'm close to it, I can get it. Okay, hopefully this jelly hasn't eaten the scroll. Okay, it's still here. I'm gonna use it immediately. On the Evening Star, we get an Evening Star of Venom, which somewhat synergizes with my game plan of just running around and poisoning things and then hitting them until they die or ignite poisoning them. How much money do I have? 1500. I should really think about going back for the gold scales. Thunderhooks are so lame. I have attraction at least, so I'm gonna pull it towards me so that it doesn't just decide to nuke me. I have a good amount of HP, so even on theoretically 2 max damage rolls I would be okay, but um, yeah. And it was 2 of them too, so better play it safe. Amazing. Your attached jelly eats the bolt, you feel better. Okay, you have a small jelly attached to you that may absorb projectiles, healing you somewhat. That's a lot of Yaktars. Nothing that I cannot deal with, but... This is kind of looking like the moment to try the Ambrosia thing. Okay, I want to try it. Okay. That was one turn, right? And I healed 48. And what happens next turn? Huh. I didn't attack. I thought that... Oh, maybe if I... No. Why is Ambrosia marked like that for these guys then? Oh, do they get double healing for like every turn that they are affected? If so, that's kinda insane. If it works like that. It did heal me a pretty nice chunk of HP. It wasn't as crazy as I thought it was going to be. That I would attack for every turn that I'm affected with the Ambrosia Confusion, but it still did its thing, attacked around me. It was fine. Lost a little bit of HP or like a little bit of armor class. I guess it's fine. I have clarity, see invisible. Yeah, cool. Twelve armor. Mm. I'm gonna train a little bit more spellcasting with the hopes that when I don't want to use that immediately actually. Gonna train a little bit more spellcasting with the hopes that when I put on the gold scales, I don't completely lose my ability to cast the spells, because it is one of the strongest things that this character has access to. So yeah, I need to be able to do that in order to kill enemies. We found a tower shield. What does this thing say? Max blocks per turn 4. I think it could be 5 really, with how heavy and difficult to use it is. Could be 5 and it would be okay. Alright. Do I go for the gold scales? I'm gonna go for them. Let's see what happens. Thoughts on Oni? It's fine. It is like Ogre, but stronger, so I'm okay with that. Okay, we can get rid of these. And definitely these. Maybe the experience evocables as well. Or only the Phantom Mirror. Okay, let's put this on. 13, 9, 6, 10. Oof. Noxious Bog is uncastable. Meth I don't care about. The rest of them are kind of attainable. I don't know if I want to surrender Noxious Bog. Um, yeah, I think that for now I'll go back to my Steam skills, but I will most likely use these gold skills at some point. Um, I would say that for Sot maybe. Um, it sounds like a good idea to use them in Sot because um, Sot is a part of the game with a lot of flying monsters. Like the really messed up monsters are completely immune to Noxious Bog. So at that point, I think I could get rid of it. 66 damage from, of course, a lightning bolt from a Thunderhawk. I hate those guys. As long as it doesn't do it again, we're fine. Okay, we're fine. Marjorie with a Demon Blade of Flaming. So funny thing, the Hell Knights are immune to poison, but Marjorie isn't. Or like immune to fire. Marjorie isn't immune to fire, so I don't have fire resistance, do I? Okay, let's equip some of it real quick. What is that Elephant doing? Is that a new addition to Marjorie's band? Doesn't say anything about the Elephant. But yeah, like I'm wondering because this is kinda pretty strong, you know? It does damage on par with a normal fire, but funnily enough, it doesn't have fire resistance. Did I kill the elephant or did it blink away? No idea what it is. I think it may have blinked away. Oh no, it moved over here. This is what it is. Okay, it's trying to flank me. Or maybe not. Okay. No idea what it is then. Did I actually... How did you get there? I didn't see the message where it blinked. Okay, let's try drinking a potion of heal wounds. Oh man, like I was at 110 HP and I went to 180 HP. And also, I got a little bit of a heal from the Demon Whip. Using that with Vamp is so good. By the way, talking about that, I have a heavy Great Mace. Unfortunately, it's non-boss with my shield. But if I didn't have a shield, imagine the wondrous things that I could do with that. Um, okay, we finally killed the elephant. Kinda difficult to do, actually. Lots of enemies. Why is there so many guys in here? There we go. It was Marjorie's band, a human band, and a elephant. Yeah, that was lots of dudes. And apparently there was another human band coming my way. Did I get marked or something at some point, and that's why I am fighting a million enemies? Let's try a little bit more alchemy. Maybe I'm pushing it a bit too much. I don't know if there's any spells that are higher than Noxious Bog, but if I can get that castable in gold scales, it would be really cool. I would appreciate that. Um, fire scales. Do I care about these fire scales? I don't think so. I don't think so. I can leave them on the floor. Yeah, because I'm a worshipper of Jiva, I should check everything. Hmm. I think that I wanna carry the Demon Blade actually. Like, what happens if I get a trove that asks me for one, for an enchanted one to be precise? In the first place, I wouldn't even be able to get it because I cannot, like, I don't have scrolls of enchant weapon, and then I wouldn't even have the Demon Blade, so I might as well carry it just in case. If I get to depths and I still don't have it, um, okay, it was rough. Had to choose what to pick up from that bolt because the jellies were eating everything. In fact, I should have let the jelly die. Okay, so now I guess let's do something funny. And by that I mean go down to Bolt 5 and just kill everyone with Noxious Bog and then go back up. The downside of that, or rather the dangerous part, is that I lock myself away from going upstairs until the bog wears off. Oh man, I feel like Bog is that powerful that it's not gonna be an issue. But how many turns does it last for? Let's try it. One, two, three. Okay, that was nice. Or perhaps a bit too short. Let's try again. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Okay, that's much better. I would like having 8 turns of Noxious Bog down there. Let's give it a try and see how it goes. I'm gonna haste just in case something stupid happens. Okay, apart from the Windrake on the stairs, like looking at me, I guess we're fine. This is going really, really well. I can already get out, but I am going to fly a bit closer to the sun and just kill this stone giant. And there we go. How much experience was that? I wish I had taken note, but look at that, I just killed everyone. Um, beautiful, beautiful. You think I was at 33? It was a good 30% HP, a bit, or good 30% experience then. Not bad at all, especially for something that was so easy and relatively danger-free. Now that I have conquered Bolts 4, the next thing to do is probably Shoals. Theoretically, I could do Spider, but I don't like Spider because Noxious Bog is completely unusable in Spider because of the layout. Um, Now it ignores one tile walls, but it's still really tricky to actually make good use of it. So I'm gonna leave that for later or maybe never. Let's go do Shoals. Shoals has harpies. Yeah, okay. Maybe I don't do shoals after all because of harpies. Harpies are common and they're very annoying. I think spider is gonna be slightly easier. At least in spider, a good chunk of these bile creatures are actually super weak to poison, so I can deal with them. But of course, the eternal struggle in Spider is that you're gonna be almost instantly surrounded by a bunch of really messed up enemies. Um, That was fine actually. Nothing too messed up. Hopefully it stays that way. You pick up the Bellum of Bewitching Rhyme and begin reading. It was the Bellum of Bewitching Rhyme. You add the spell Enfeeble to your library. Only one spell. One spell that I absolutely despise at that. I despise Enfeeble because I really thought it was cool that it was a hex that didn't need to check for like enemy willpower, right? I was like, oh, finally they're getting rid of some of the RNG ridiculousness that this game has, and The one time I gave it a serious try with I was a cat and I found it super early, right? I had Enfeeble and Discord and I had everything that you could want on a hexer. I had all the highest level hexes. So very early, and since my aptitude for that was so high, I just went for it. And yeah, it's just not enough. You cannot just win a game of hexes alone, which is pretty lame in my opinion. That's why I don't like them that much. I have so many potions of heal wounds. It's really nice that I managed to sneak past the early game without using a lot of them. I think that I've only used the drinking effect of the potion of heal wounds like 3 times or so. That was Jorgrun, and yeah, okay. I took out the ring power ring, the willpower ring. Let's bring it back before I get banished or something like that. Huh, seriously? 54. I mean, it's fine because I'm a noni, not an ogre. I'm a noni, but still kind of rough. It got a pretty good roll. If I wasn't a noni, that would have seriously hurt. Yeah, this is really the greatest combination that I could have hoped for. I think that if I had gone to this place, that's what I've always said. I've always said that by the time that you have to do this part of the game, you're not powerful enough to do it. So it's like normal fights are gonna be extremely deadly. Like normal fights, what are you gonna do when you get a really messed up fight? Um, so that's why I don't like the crawl mid game. There really needs to be a bit more experience between the start and the point that you have to do the mid game. Mm, like for example, with this character, I got the chance to get indeed a little bit more experience, as I've been talking about. Um, I I'm experience level 19, almost 20. And what happens? Now I can actually do this. It's not so much of a terrible headache to go through these awful plays, um, which is nice. I wish all characters had access to bolts 1 through 4's worth of experience, so that they don't have to go through the misery that is doing the crawl mid game. I don't care about that. What is this? I do care about that. What items are in there? We have Blinking, already worth it for me to go in. And Enchant Armor. Okay, double worth it. Definitely worth it. I do want to do it. Why are you standing there? Go away. Oh, why is Arachne in there? Huh. I was gonna go in, but now that I see that Arachne is in there, alongside 2 ghosts, yeah, that stun arrow is pretty much iron shot if you think about it. I think that it is in my best interest to not go in there after all. I'll come back later when I can deal with those things easily. Yeah, 2 buff player ghosts and Arachne. I'm not strong enough for that. About to level up to 20. Yeah, Jiva has given me a good chunk of strength, so that's really nice. I wish I also got a little bit of intelligence, you know? I am using intelligence a good amount as well as a strength. Lost a little bit of extra armor class, but it's fine. Yeah, really, as long as I stay at around 25, we're okay. If it drops too drastically, I always have the gold scales as a side option. Which, by the way, I'm training for. Alchemy is about to go to 18. When it hits 18, I'm gonna wear the gold scales again, and we shall see how badly it goes. In fact, I could just wear it for this part of the game. I think that I'm gonna do that. Yeah, let's equip the gold scales. Let's see what happens. Noxious Bog is kind of castable. Meph, I really could just Amnesium Meph at this point. Um, and um, and yeah, everything else is fine. Not great, but fine. And my armor class goes up a lot. Look at that, 38 armor class. That coupled with my BAMP and my gargantuan HP, I feel pretty unkillable. But I can always manage to kill my character, I suppose. I should enable the pickup for Scrolls of Enchant Armor. I guess that I am carrying one, so it's enabled. I'm probably gonna end up enchanting the gold skills because they're gold skills. What else am I going to use with an Oni ogre? Weapon of flaming, 126, a ton of armor class. That is 40 armor class. That's a really strong ghost. Yeah, I don't think I can beat that guy. Fortunately, there's like nothing in there for me. Quick Blade and Scroll of Tele. The Scroll of Tele would be fine, but I have so many of them that it's really not a big issue if I don't get it. I have a good chunk of cold resistance, so I'm not worried about Simulacra. I would normally be worried about Spark Wasps, considering how strong they are, but being a Venom Mage that can actually survive a couple of hits from anything here, is really good because that means that I have just enough time to kill them before things start getting kind of scary. So I can tank them for a couple of turns, just let the poison do its thing, and then go for the ignite poison, which this background does not start with. It definitely is huge if you happen to find it. I would say that it's even more huge than it was back in the day when Venom Mage was a thing instead of Alchemist. What if we get a bit more armor? I mean, after all, I am wearing the heaviest armor accessible to my character pretty much. Might as well get some value out of it. I like how all the jellies are waiting for me to open that door. 17%. The more I go, the easier it gets to cast that. Oh, there's a ghost mod somewhere around here. I don't know what it is, and it already got rid of all my mana. I wanted to use sticky flame on it, but it doesn't seem like oh, maybe it will be possible. Hey, let's go. A ghost moth comes into view. The ghost moth burns. You kill the ghost moth. Beautiful. Imagine if I had been like before entering bolts, if I had done this place. Ghost mods are such a pain, and I was fighting in bolts with not that much HP and well, not that much armor class actually. I have roughly the same amount of HP. I haven't really been training fighting, but I had way less armor class than I do now. It's gonna be real nice when I find what did I wanted? I wanted something. There was something important that I wanted. Don't remember. What did I want here? Oh, irradiate, of course. That's what I wanted. Yeah, because I see that I'm getting constantly into situations where I'm surrounded. Oh, what is this? Oh, it's a cat ghost. Yeah, I saw the tile of the ghost and it was a cat, and I was like, or no, I didn't see it as a cat originally. I thought it was like an alligator or something. But upon further inspection, it is indeed a cat. If it's a cat, it is not gonna be that difficult to kill. So bring it on. Yeah, you're not gonna kill me before I kill you because you're a cat berserker. Um, there we go. And the reward is actually really good. Look at that. So many scrolls of enchant weapons, so many potions of ambrosia. Um, I'm thinking about enchanting the Evening Star, even though it's a Bamp Demon Whip, I know, but the Evening Star is an Evening Star. It's just a lot more damage than the Bamp Demon Whip. Not that the Demon Whip is actually faltering in terms of damage department, but we're about to get to the point in the game where um, monsters are not gonna be as easy to kill as the things that I've seen. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been using a lot of poison magic, and given enough time, that's not gonna be very reliable for like the top tier of monsters. You know what I'm talking about? The orbs of fire, the leeches. Obviously, it works versus Agnes, so Agnes just dies instantly, leaving behind a very nice Slaja Tank of Pain that I'm not gonna use. Adding to the pile of things that I'm not gonna use, this heavy Great Mace, it is not really usable because of the whole shield thing. You know what? Instead of having poisonous clouds on the quiver, I should have toxic radiance. Ghost moth. Ah, delightful. I love casting Sticky Flame on a Ghost Moth that's next to me. Unfortunately, it is not a very common occurrence because of the whole draining your mana thing that Ghost Moths have going on. But it sure is nice when I can get the chance to do it. This character is really, really powerful. You can tell because of the way that I'm playing. I'm just running around, mashing tab, and every now and then pressing the ignite, well, the poisonous toxic radiance button. Yeah, I'm gonna train this to 15 actually, because I do want 16 maces. Ghost Moth, another one. If you're wondering why I am so constantly using Sticky Flame on the Ghost Moth, it is because they like invisible monsters have like an accuracy penalty, or like they have extra evasion versus characters that cannot see invisible. At some point, I had the see invisible mutation, but I guess I lost it before it could be relevant. Um, I'm gonna retreat a bit, let this guy get over here because it is an Emperor Scorpion. It is like the most powerful thing in this place. So might as well use my most powerful spell to deal with it. Which, by the way, is at 14%. Things are looking pretty good for my prospects of casting Alchemy on gold scales. Yeah. So based on my experience with alchemy, when it comes to the early game, which is the part of the game where your background matters the most, I say it's fine. It's actually pretty decent. Yeah, probably an upgrade compared to Venom Mage, and Oni is also probably an upgrade compared to Ogre. So Alchemist, Oni Alchemist is way stronger than Ogre Venom Mage. And if you remember, if you've been around in the channel for a couple of years, you know that once upon a time Ogre Venom Mage was like my favorite combo, and I even considered it to be like probably the strongest combo that you could play in Crawl. I was back in the 0.26 days, which I think was the version that had Ignite Poison on the Venom Mage starting book. Of course, it was absolutely insane, and of course, it was removed very soon afterwards. But it was really, really strong during the time that it existed. Um, yeah, I'm gonna enchant this Evening Star because it's gonna become a problem in time. Enchant the Evening Star. Switch to the Evening Star. There we go. Yeah, the Evening Star deals substantially more damage. It is still very obviously worth carrying around the Vampiric Demon Whip because there's gonna be some situations where I'm gonna need the Drain. If I need the Drain, that means, or like if I need the, not the Drain, the Vamp, um, I might as well switch to the Demon Whip. Like, for example, if I feel like I need to use potions, I might as well switch to the Demon Whip. I wish these guys were not immune to poison, but they're not immune to Noxious Box, so I can at least do this. Um, yeah, they're gonna be taking some damage, not nearly as much as they would be taking if they were vulnerable, but it's fine. Um, I'm starting to think that maybe it's not such a terrible thing um, to drink resistance. Maybe nah, not drink resistance. Drink. Hold on. Usmancy. Uh, Immolation. Heal wounds first. There we go. That's pretty good. And then Immolation. And then Ambrosia. If I need to. I'll drink Ambrosia. Just play it safe. There we go. Pretty good. That room is pretty evil. Oh, that's a nice thing to have. Scarf of Resistance. What do we have here? Oh, goodbye, Potion of Ambrosia. Yeah, I am surprised at how fast the jellies move. Oh, well, I'm slow. Of course, the jellies were gonna move really fast. Um, but I still feel like they move faster than you do when it comes to grabbing items. There we go, 15 armor. About to level up to 21 too. Really nice. This run is very quickly coming to an end. Which means that I paused the run yesterday at just the right moment. If I had kept going, I think I probably would have died. I didn't really encounter any situations that have been like way too messed up. Um, this feels really strong. Yeah, and not to mention the fact that I have 13.9 armor class, 13.9 armor class and 234 HP. Those two things combined, like, there's not a lot of characters that have that kind of two things combined. It's usually a one or the other. It definitely is a treat to have both of those. What is this secret vault? Mm, Lots of zombies. I'm glad that I have good melee. Imagine if I was only a lowly Venom Mage. Um, I'm using the Demon Whip again. But I want to use the Evening Star. The Evening Star deals way more damage. A Book of Blood. With Collimp and Sublimation of Blood, Talking about Sublimation of Blood, it's not worth it because Sublimation of Blood is only a good spell if you are planning on using a lot more Necromancy for the power. Alrighty, let's get out of here. Where to? Shoals. Yeah, going to Spider first actually gave me a substantial buff because my Evening Star was +2 and it was unbranded, I think, and now it is +6 and then unbranded. No, it was already branded, but the brand is not great. I still think it was a really good idea to delay this so that I could maybe find another brand weapon, which I may have found, but I just left it on the floor. Let's turn on auto pickup for brand weapon. I'm gonna get intelligence so I can cast. Yeah, there you go. Look at that, 10% chance to fail on gold scales. Um, Feels really nice. We don't need amnesia with this. No, we don't really need amnesia. We can drop that or leave that on the floor. Um, Noise can also be left on the floor. Torment can stay on the floor, and we want brand weapon, right? We want brand weapon, okay. Recently I played Sekiro. A couple of months ago, I played Sekiro to completion for the first time. It was nice. But you don't fight any Onis in that game. You fight the Chain Dogger, which is not really an Oni. It is more like a giant. Um, that game is so good, Sekiro. I keep playing it on and off. Like I have completed 3 playthroughs already, and I am only missing one ending of the 4 endings. I think I might get 100% achievements on Sekiro. It is such a good game. I like games like that. Yeah, I would like to stream it, but unfortunately, why is this sky shark a frog? It looks like a frog. It doesn't look like a shark. Yeah, if you're wondering why I say that, it's because the glyph in console is a glyph of a frog. Capital F is a frog. Mm. I think it would be funny if potions of Berserk also made you attack everything surrounding you. They don't precisely heal you, but they make you have more HP, which is um, can serve the purpose of a pretty substantial heal, in fact. I'm hoarding rocks because, just large species things, but I don't think that I'm gonna use them. I haven't trained for them and I don't really plan on doing so. I already committed so many resources to casting, 15 spell casting, 18 alchemy. I don't particularly feel like throwing rock. But I would like to try that. I like how in the description of this trident you can see that if you drain, it will drain you if you unwield it. So it's not only drain branded, it also drains you when you unwield it, and it has a ton of intelligence. But I am a melee character. I am a hybrid. In fact, it turns out that I turned into a hybrid. Um, Yeah, and I'm only a hybrid because I found that demon whip on D1. If it had not been for that, maybe by the time that I got to Senata, who had the Evening Star, I wouldn't have been interested in her Evening Star. Hmm. So as I said yesterday, and I will repeat today, you should play Tevi if you haven't already. There's a demo, it's free on Steam. The demo, of course, is free on Steam if you want to play the game. It's not expensive at all, so you should consider it. If it sounds like something that would be fun to you, I certainly considered it to be extremely, extremely fun. Um, yeah, I loved it. In fact, I recorded like a 20 something minute um, rant where I talk about Tebi, where I pretty much summarize some of the thoughts that I had on the game while I was playing it. Because unlike with Crawl, I don't think people are gonna sit through 30 plus hours of me playing Tevi to see or to hear what I think about the game. Yusui is gonna be an easy kill. Goodbye. Easy kill. Yep. Nothing to fear when it comes to Ilsuyu. You know, I'm not a spear user, so I don't care about all these demon tridents that I've been finding. And even if I did, it's a bit too late into the game, considering that I'm a Jiva worshipper. I have no scrolls of enchant weapon. Already put everything towards my evening star. No regrets, by the way. I guess there will be one regret if I cannot rebrand it. For now, Venom is fine, but the more the game goes on, the more you really don't want to have Venom. Kind of like Vamp, funnily enough. Do I have Blink? I feel like Blink would be a great thing to have. I don't see it here. I don't. On another note, I only have 2 scrolls of blinking, so that's a rather worrisome thing to be aware of. But better to be aware of it than not be aware of it and realize that you don't have enough scrolls of blinking to make a fantasy escape when it's needed. 3 bug bodies. What is this show sending? I haven't seen it before with bug bodies. The concept of bug bodies is pretty cool because they're preserved almost perfectly without any fancy mummification techniques like the ones that the Egyptians had. Those Egyptian bodies are also preserved pretty well. The other day I saw a video of some historians actually researching and performing mummification on a chicken, of all things, on a chicken. It is a pretty arduous process, apparently. And to think that it took them multiple weeks to complete or so, and it was a chicken. Now imagine how many people you would have um, to employ for mummification on a human. Pretty cool to think about. And such a thing was commonplace a couple of millennia ago. I wonder if they still mummified people in the ages of Cleopatra and stuff. Hmm. Do I train more shields? Yeah. Yeah, what else am I going to train? I could train some evocations, like 12 or so. These guys must not have -2 evocations. Oh, they do. Yeah, like that was one of the aptitudes that augurs had that I always liked the least. And unfortunately, these guys still have -2 evocations. You know, they have a bunch of really good aptitudes, so let's just let them have the -2 evocations. Why not? You know, the video that I released yesterday, I was going to do the opposite of a clickbait. Like literally the opposite of a clickbait, where a clickbait is when you design the title and the thumbnail in such a way that you compel people to click on it. I was gonna upload a crawl video with a Tevi title and a Tevi thumbnail to make people not click on it. But I decided against it at the end, and I only just like uploaded it with the title of "This game is not as cool as Tevi." Uh, and yeah, it really is not on the same level. But like, they're completely different games. Like, there's really no comparison. I also think that this game appeals to a very different kind of person than Tevi would. Turn-based, very much methodical thinking and careful planning, and RNG. And Tevi is the complete opposite. It is action and be on your feet and like think quick and zero RNG. Um, okay, that's where the rune is. Been getting a couple of nasty miscasts. I miscast Noxious Bulk and Ignite Poison there. Um, yep. Not to be surprised, but it was still rather rough. Anyway, it sure feels nice to have gotten a little bit of extra experience before having to go into the lure branches, because it saved me the horrible crawl mid-game experience. Um, what is that? It shines a bit too interestingly. Mountain boots. Well, I cannot wear them, so whatever. I don't know when to go for the power supply unit. I was thinking of taking one from one of my computers and bringing it, but no, I shouldn't do that. I don't like like removing power supply units from my own, or like from computers and then putting them back in. It's like so arduous of a process, kind of tedious. Of all the things that come with building a computer, that's probably the thing that I like the least. The things related to the power supply unit. Usually that means cable management and like connecting everything to the motherboard. Um, Even the case headers that go into the motherboard that are like such a pain to connect are still less annoying to me than the power supply. But they're definitely a close second. Yeah, I'll think that I'll go for yours, but the thing is that I have to go all the way over there, and then I have to go back, and then I have to do the thing, and if it's the power supply unit, then I have to go downtown to buy it, and then I have to go back and install it. Yeah, it will be a whole day ordeal, but it's fine. Yeah, it will be okay. That will fund my Christmas dinner after all, so it's fine. Um, let's go do Elf. I was thinking of getting a gigabyte one. The one that I have in my current computer is a gigabyte one. The one that I bought when my old one kicked the bucket, which I still find it crazy because this computer is entirely used parts now, except for the case. And well, I guess the power supply now. But when I built it originally, it was almost all used except for the power supply in the case still. Um, and the power supply, which was by far the most expensive part of the computer, was the thing that failed first. Yeah, I don't know if like a lot of dust got in or something like that. I suspect that it was like that. Also, diagnosing what went wrong with my computer when the power supply started dying was a bit of a weird experience because not something that I was familiar with, is what I'm trying to say. Hmm. Yeah, when a power supply is dying, you would expect it to either work or not work, and it doesn't work like that. For some reason, it can work, and then it just like freezes your computer or blue screens. And because you get blue screens, you think, oh, it must be like software related or so. If it was a power supply, it would just like die instantly. It would work or not work. But it really is not like that. It can indeed work or not work. Such an exotic piece of hardware, the power supply. Regardless of what it is with the power supply, if it's the power supply, yeah, uh, you should not touch the innards of a power supply. It's just way too dangerous. Um, no amount of money that you would be saving by fixing a power supply is worth the risk of actually trying to fix a power supply. It's so easy to mess up and like get electrocuted badly from a disconnected power supply that has been disconnected for many years. In fact, it's really spooky. I'm a bit surprised by how Elf is treating me today. Um, I have not had a lot of fights where I take a lot of damage, but Elf has been full of those. Dragon Blood Talisman. Um, do I want this? Probably not. I'm gonna carry it because it's cool, unless I don't have any space. Hmm. Yeah, I think that I should be wearing this Scarf of Resistance. And in fact, I should be using this Scrolls of Enchant Armor on the gold scales. Now I can take off the Kite Shield of Cold Resistance and wear the Kite Shield of Resistance to Negative, and I don't lose Cold Resistance. My resistances are looking extremely good. I'm only missing 1 pip of resistance to electricity, and we are good to go to win the game. Yeah, the game decided to throw me an easy one for this character. Not only has it been very powerful throughout the entirety of the run, I don't think that I've felt like super weak at any point beyond the earliest parts of the game. Um, but in addition to that, I also got, um, well, I got the Demon Whip on D1 is what I'm trying to say. And that has been a huge deal for this character, the D1 Demon Whip. And it was a Vamp Demon Whip too, it was not just like a normal Demon Whip. I should use Oozmancy. There we go. Oozmancy helped a lot when it came to killing those guys. Probably should have checked the ghost before, but whatever. Wasn't there a hat? Did I already pick it up? Okay, I did pick it up. Let's put it on. So now I have a +1 hat. Octopode Barding. This is the entrance to the Hollow Blades. And there's still nothing too interesting in here, right? So I'm just gonna ignore it and go down to F3. How many magic mappings do I have? Only one. Oh, I don't know why I have only one, but there is only one, so sure. I think it's pretty funny that now you can shake off the sticky flame from you. It's fantastic. Yeah, you just like wiggle around and it wears off. It is really cool. I want that potion of resistance. Cannot just afford to leave it behind, especially with no resistance to electricity. Oh, did I? I picked up a potion of haste. Well, it's fine. The potion of resistance is down here. I do manage to get it. That's the entrance to the vault. Doesn't seem particularly terrible, but I still want to delay it a bit. I wonder if it's a bad idea to delay entering the vault, considering that I am a worshipper of Jiva. I like that amulet. It's kind of pricey, but I'm gonna think about it. Mana regen, poison resistance, and fire resistance, which means mana regen and fire resistance. And poison resistance if I want to take off the gold scales, but I don't want to take off the gold scales, of course not. Alright, let's go ahead and go in here, see what we get. Let me check these guys. Crystal Spear, well, and Demonologist. 2% chance to banish me. I think we're okay. I got blinked into the vault. I guess it's not such a terrible thing. As long as I can set up a Noxious Bog and then drink Attraction. Big damage, it's fine. Switch to the Vamp. Drink Heal Wounds. Shh, this is so good. Oh, I really like switching to the Vamp and then drinking Heal Wounds and healing for a million HP. It is fantastic. Okay, there we go. I take a good chunk of damage. Am I getting hit by Iron Shots and Crystal Spears? That seems to be the case. Do you fly? You don't fly, right? You don't fly. There's a lot of Annihilators here. I think that I should use a Scroll of Silence. I'm carrying 6 after all. Would be so silly to die with so many of them in my inventory. Heal Wounds again. Heal Wounds feels really, really good with these guys. Who is the one with Distortion? Yeah, that's the only one that's actually really scary, the one with Distortion. I want to kill it before it vanishes me. Okay, the Distortion debuff is gone. Now let's get rid of the Annihilators before Attraction wears off, and most importantly, Silence wears off and they start blinking away like crazy. There we go. That went very, very well. Considering the situation, that went beautifully. I did have to use some consumables, but who really cares? It was very small amounts of consumables, or very low impact consumables. Just a couple of potions of heal wounds. It was like 2, right? And attraction 1. And in return, I'd live to fight another day. And it wasn't even like a retreat or anything. I just like killed everyone. Curing. I love how even potions of curing are like a strong thing to do when it comes to being an Oni. It's so good. This is wild. Hmm. My success rates are going down. Am I losing strength? Yes, I am losing strength. At some point I had 30 strength. Yeah, okay, for some reason I got a dexterity. I have no idea why. Jiva felt it was a good idea to give me that mutation. I would have liked the intelligence mutation and of course more of the strength mutation, but the dexterity mutation doesn't do a lot for me. Um, but I am now at 14 dexterity, so whatever. Oh man, these guys are eating everything. Stop eating my loot, I need it. Especially that scroll of revelation. I'm standing on it. What do you mean? Oh no, I'm not standing on it. Now I am. Okay. Maybe I should have kept that annihilator alive so that it killed the jelly so I could grab all this loot, but in reality that's a really, really, really bad idea. Um, hey, let's just get 27 fighting, you know. Just three fighting aptitude things. Heavily runed amber ring. You know what? Why do I care? It's not artifacts. Yeah, the only one that I kind of care about is the artifact. All right. Okay. All right. That went fine. Let us continue on to the horrors of the depths, I suppose, and then we can finish the game. I like this fraction of my crawl run. I don't feel so exhausted as I did when I played these in one sitting. Usually by this point I would be like, okay, I'm about to finish and then I can rest, but it's fine now. Occultist, wizard, fond of illusion and treachery, they scorn the crudeness of other magicians who hurl wild conjurations towards their foes rather than cunningly exploiting their greatest weaknesses. This guy has banishment, I see. Fireball, invisibility, poison, arrow, and banishment. So it checks your see invisible and your willpower. The other one also checks your willpower, I think, but it doesn't banish you. Ah, Norris, that explains the sky sharks. Brain bite and primal wave. Torrent of water that may knock back the target and creates a pool of shallow water for a short duration. Fortunately, that's not an issue for me. Are you not poisoned? Do you have like an aura from... Does Norris have an aura like that of a water nymph? Yeah, look at that. Some shallow water summoned. You cannot sustain more bugs right now. Hmm. Yeah, Bog is actually really bad versus Norris, it turns out. Because Norris has a permanent aura of of shallow water. So you cast the bug, it places a bug, and then next turn Norris gets rid of it. It's not terrible because you at least do get the serious poison, but it could be way better. Ha, so much armor class and so much willpower. I think that's more willpower than I have. Yeah, it is. Um, Almost no evasion. Yeah, 3 pips of cold resistance appears as immunity to cold for monsters. Size medium? But I'm a noni. I shouldn't be size medium. I should be large, like like an ogre is. Oh, and got seriously fired. What is this? Who did that to me? Did you do it? Sticky flame, 2 dice of 8. So I guess that lasts for a good amount. No, not really. Okay, mine is getting completely roughed up here. Jeez, that was extremely one-sided. Some books I don't care about. Hey, look at that. Randart talismans. Mana regen, poison resistance, 3 slaying, 4 strength, -3 dexterity. Is it me or that looks really decent? Oh man, but it is so expensive. If it's between that one and this one that only gives me fire resistance, what is cheaper? It doesn't matter. Like at this point in the game, what else am I going to use my money on, right? I want more alchemy spells. Passwall is alchemy earth. Ah, so utility spell. It's boring. Give me spells that I can use to kill things. Let us liquefaction and petrify. How is it that let us liquefaction is still in the game? I find it weird. Like, why is that thing still in the game? Okay, so far Noxious Bog has been performing extremely well, but we all knew that Noxious Bog is absolutely fantastic. Nothing has changed in that regard, apart from it being cheaper to get. Um, I find it so weird that Noxious Bog is cheaper because usually whenever there's changes like these, and you can see it with there was a spell recently that lost a school but gained a level. Ignite Poison is the one. Yeah, Ignite Poison was level 3, 3 schools, and now it's level 4, 2 schools. So it's kind of funny that Noxious Bog is still level 6, even if it lost a whole school. That is a good chunk of experience that you needed to invest on getting it. That is now no longer necessary. So yeah, Giga buff to Alchemy, but you still need to find it, of course. If you don't find it, doesn't matter how buff it is. So I guess it is because of that it was buffed because it's not a starting book spell or not an early game spell, I should say, because a sticky or like ignite poison is also not an early a starting book spell. Nothing there for me. This guy's pretty geared out, but there's still nothing there for me. Easy to kill. Was it marked as a dangerous monster because it had a heavy weapon? I guess that it makes sense. Oh, I lost a lot of strength and a good amount of HP. Now I have 20 strength. That's actually bad. I have to get some strength. Yeah, I guess that it's time for me to buy and equip these. I'm glad that I waited. Yeah, I don't like it that much, but I do need something like this. Goodbye hat. Goodbye cloak. And kite shield of cold resistance. Yeah, normally I would be very happy to have a kite shield of cold resistance, but I'm already very much set when it comes to those resistances. We can also get rid of these. And also the hat. No, but what if I lose the horns? I'm gonna keep the hat. I can get rid of these, and these, and these, and these. Okay, and also these. Yeah, only the jewelry that I'm using. Um, Definitely wish that I had some source of resistance to electricity. The Storm Queen's shields would be pretty nice here. Yeah, it is a kite shield. It has resistance to electricity. Also, when it blocks an attack, it may electrocute the attacker. This works even against foes who are a short distance away. So it works on polearms, which is nice. Yeah, that helps my casting a bit, not enough. I'm about to level up to 24, and on level 24 I'll get a bit of strength, so things will be nice. I still want a brand weapon, but it's looking like I'm not gonna find any more brand weapons for the rest of the game. What do these guys have that they're purple? Nets. Okay. Well, that's nice. I'm gonna grab them. I have 10 nets. It's a strange occurrence that you happen to end the game with so many nets. Now names of brandards can be in caps. Also, that really is not like, that doesn't mean anything. It's just a bunch of gibberish. Unless it is written in English, or like not in English, but like written in our vocabulary, but it is something in a different language. That could be a possibility. I don't like it when this vault has all plain loot. It is unfortunate and dull. Alrighty, the orcs were not an issue. What do we have here? Nothing. What do we have here? Nothing. Yeah, I was thinking about the Cloak of Preservation. I'm better off with what I have right now. Did you already eat everything here? Everything except for these. Which is actually not terrible. I mean, it's not good, but it is not terrible. Boomerangs. Do they not eat throwables? I'm starting to think that they don't eat throwables because they left behind the boomerangs. So if they don't eat throwables, I can go throwing. It would still be kind of annoying with the jellies sometimes getting in the way. So I don't mind that I didn't do it. Maybe something to consider in future runs if indeed it is the case that jellies don't eat throwables. First golden dragon kill of the game. Nothing to fear. I'm way stronger than golden dragons. Iron dragon skeleton, but I have an evening star, so very strong. Plus 10 orc bow bingo. Oh man, the name of this thing, this is such an apropos rand art. I'm gonna take a screenshot of it, put it in the roguelikes Discord. Um, plus 10 orc bow bingo. Oh, I am tanking a juggernaut zombie. I didn't notice. I think it's kind of miraculous that I haven't died then. Jeez. Why do I have 3 evasion? Maybe it is not such a terrible idea to get like 10 or so evasion. Maybe I should do it right now. Yeah, getting it above 3 is probably not gonna take me very long. Well, it is already at 4 at least. But you know what I mean, like getting it a bit higher is gonna be almost free. Everything in this point, at this point in the game, gives a ton of experience after all. Nothing there for me. You know, I've been thinking of revisiting Path of Akra. I played it a bit, and then it became kind of obvious to me that the game was never going to be something that I like or that I look forward to when it comes to my roguelikes. And I was kind of disappointed by that, and I didn't really play a lot more of it. But there's been some changes. Maybe those changes make the game a bit more interesting. One of my main complaints when I played Path of Akra originally is that you are committed to your build and to the items that you're wearing before you, or like by the time you enter the level. So if you enter the level and you're wearing a weapon or wielding a weapon that does terribly versus the level, you're probably gonna die. Or if you're going for an armed combat, this is the worst thing, by the way, on Path of Akra. Um, if you're using an armed combat, but you started a background that starts with a weapon, then you are forced to go through the first level with the weapon. And if your augments or whatever upgrades you got are not good for an armed combat, it's gonna be really rough for you to beat that first level. That is something that I indeed didn't like about Path of Akra at all. By the way, Yori had a Vamp Parallax, and my tendrils pulled it away from Yori's hands. Um, that was extremely useful. Hmm. For a second, I saw it as if it was Berserk, this Shadow Dragon, but it is not Berserk. I cannot bump this guy, right? That's fine. I'm gonna Slimify you. Yeah, might as well. I have so much Jiva piety that why wouldn't I? I don't even need the mana regen property anymore. On most of these fights, I'm not really using a lot of mana. It kind of worrisome that these fights have taken like all of these encounters have taken a lot of HP out of me. Definitely pretty worrisome. Okay, why can't I? Oh, for 24%. That's why I can't cast Noxious Bog. I miss the times when I could. Can't Can I please get back my 30 strength, Jiba? Like, I really don't need all that dexterity. That mutation could literally disappear, and it would be fine. Okay, level 24. That level of strength that I got for leveling up to 24 actually helped a decent amount. My Noxious Bug was at 25 and now it is at 21%. Oh, you know what I should do? I should probably... Yeah, Mercury Vapors the Juggernaut. Oh, wait, can I actually... Chance to weaken minus 30%. Ha, okay. So it's never gonna get weakened by that. Alright, you don't stand a chance versus a character with a shield, Mr. Juggernaut. Especially when such a character can tank two of your most powerful attacks. Yeah, like if I was to get hit for 120 every time the Juggernaut goes at me, I would be able to get hit twice and still be able to like not die. It is insane how tanky ogres are, or I guess onis. Same thing, really. This reflavor is like Kenku to Tengu back in the day. Very much back in the day, because Tengus have been in crawl as Tengus and not as Kenkus for a very long time. Many years. But once upon a time they were Kenkus, not Tengus. I remember asking when Gyangshis were introduced to the game, also way back in the day, why Gyangshi and not Kyonshi, which is kind of the Japanese way to describe the same creature. And I was told that Gyangshi is a more popular term for the creature, and I suppose that is the case. Um, Yeah, just something that came to mind with the whole Kenku Tengu thing, an ogre Oni thing. Do I get more shields? Let's get more armor. Yeah, let's get more fighting, and then we get more armor. So far I have been able to go through the game without using any amount of evocables. I don't think I've used a single evocable in the whole game, actually. Man, if you could get an achievement for doing a no evocables run, I would be very close to getting it. That should be a tournament banner. Win the game without using any evocables. What god would be a good god for having such an achievement? I have two magic mappings, so I have to go to SOT 3. Well, to SOT 4. I can use it in SOT 4 and SOT 5. The trap, learning the trap layout, some people don't think of it very much, but I do think that knowing what the trap layout is in your SOT is kind of a big deal. Okay, things are getting kind of silly here. Unfortunately, the Black Draconians are capable of flight, so Noxious Bug doesn't do anything to them. Might. Yeah, I should go and buy a bunch of things before doing this, actually. There's a good chunk of stuff that I would like to buy. That is an electric golem, right? Yes, it is. And guess who doesn't? Oh, I have resistance to electricity? When did I get that? Ha, Jiva gave it to me! When did I get this? Okay, that's huge because I needed that. I also got a little bit of extra armor class. That's really cool. Yeah, depth 4. Literally less than 1,000 turns ago, I got resistance to electricity. Jiba coming in clutch with the thing that I needed the most to not die with this character. Let's go back and buy my whole buy list. This, yeah, that. Do I want that? The answer is no. Might. We can go buy those. What else do we buy here? Oh, there was the Arachne Bolt. I wish I could, but it doesn't work like that. This is the key combination that I was looking for. You know what I mentioned earlier, or like by earlier I mean last stream. Force of habit, or like you kind of forget the inputs for certain things. This is exactly what I wanted to see. Spider 2 has Arachne and 2 ghosts, which have a loot that I want. Go Spider 2. Yeah, at this point I should be powerful enough to be able to do this without dying horribly in the process. Hold on. The way to do this is to pick things up. Where do I want to stand? If I stand here, I still get hit by a ton of things. I get hit by both ghosts. If I stand here, I get hit by Arachne and a ghost. It's fine. I think that I'll take this. And I'll use Mancy. I think that I'll Slimify Arachne just to make it safer for me. Goodbye, Arachne. Oh, I missed and she teleported away, blinked away. Yeah, you barely miss Arachne, but she didn't get Slimified. Unfortunate. I now cannot melee until she gets close to me. Get over here so I can Slimify you. There we go. Arachne the Azure Jelly. I'm thinking that maybe I do this and let Arachne tank these guys. Yeah, look at that. Jeez. How much HP do you have as an Azure Jelly? It says around 82. You think it's actually around 82? It's a pretty substantial nerf. Yeah, I would like her to die, actually. There we go, Arachne dies. That's good because now I don't have to fear her grabbing my loot. Yeah, my scroll blinking. Big deal. Big deal. That's kind of the whole reason why I came here. That scroll blinking. So now we can go back to SOT. In a sense, I like that crawl is this short because you compare what I just did in crawl, which is kind of a small side quest. You compare it with another roguelike like NetHack or heavens forbid a JRPG or something like that. Like how many hours would it take you to do something equivalent to what I just did in those kinds of games? Yeah, JRPG. My mind shudders just to think about playing a JRPG. Have I ever told you the story that I had about Pokemon? Like, I had never played Pokemon. I had seen the anime and stuff when I was young because that kind of thing aired on public television here in Mexico. So I saw the anime, and but I had never played the game until when I was like 12 or so. I got my first contact with the game. No, that's not true. Actually, my first contact with the game was way earlier because my cousin had Pokemon Colosseum, or didn't have it, but like rented it often. Um, and I got to see him, and like the way that game is, the way that the Pokemon game was, disappointed me very drastically because I thought it was gonna be more action focused, or maybe you would like control a Pokemon and be like more of a fighting game, but it really is not like that. Uh, yeah. Later in life, after that first contact with Pokemon, I played through the single player of a couple of Pokemon. Like I played Gen 3, a couple of games of Gen 3. I played Gen only Gen 3 actually is the only one that I've played through. I played multiplayer of Pokemon through Pokemon Showdown, and I do have to say that I don't dislike the game structure and the combat system when it comes to applying it as a PvP kind of thing. But for a single player experience, it's so bad. For multiplayer, it's fantastic, but for single player, it's so boring. Yeah, I feel like that kind of game rewards grinding a lot. And if I didn't like Pokemon, which is like the lightest of the light JRPGs, something a bit more hardcore would be completely unpalatable to me. Um, Apart from Earthbound, I did play Earthbound, but I think that I wouldn't be able to play Earthbound if I tried today. My tastes have changed a bit too much, and I don't really think it's that cool or that engaging as a game. Maybe the story is nice, but I play games for the gameplay more than for the story. Uh, I mean, it's the end game. It doesn't matter what I train. Maybe it is time to finally train a little bit of evocations. Why not? No, let's just train armor. Yeah, who needs evocations? Let's train armor and shields. Alrighty, let's continue. Are you sure you want to berserk the 300 HP Oni with an Evening Star? That doesn't seem like a wise thing to do. Did I lose resistance to electricity? Doesn't seem to be the case. And I still have my 6 armor class. Oh, I got wild magic. Hmm. I don't know if I like the idea of that, but it is what it is. How long have I had that for? Maybe that's why my spells were so incredibly difficult to cast earlier, and not because I lost so much strength. We're gonna get rid of Meph. Goodbye, Meph. Not that it matters, of course I don't need the spell slots, but I just wanted to get rid of it. Let's read Magic Mapping. Let's read Magic Mapping again. We get a little peek into the bolt. Nothing that is impactful anyway. That's like even on the absolute best scenario, such as what happened here, it's really low impact. Like nothing that you don't already know if you've played this game a couple of times. Oh, this is new. I haven't seen this guy before. Hold on, before I kill it. Gargantuan humanoid. That doesn't look very human to me in the tile. Of a fractured shape from the aeons when the seas were but primordial soup. The many shapeshifters of the dungeon once sloughed off from these unfathomably ancient beings, and when they themselves finally cease, even their remains will give birth one last time to furious monsters. Delightful. Doesn't have armor class. Regen's fast. And it's fast. Has all the willpower, so you cannot hex it, but hexes are silly, so who would even hex anything anyway? It's kinda hard. It's fine. Yeah, it has irradiate. Nasty. Funky colors. I like how colored it is. For just a moment, the protein progenitor begins to look like a great orb of ice. Then it explodes. What? Also, oh, it was colored like a normal fire. That was scary. A spitting flesh. Divided and churning remains of a protean progenitor striving desperately for form. Whatever they become, the last of their progenitor's power ensure it will be stronger and swifter than any such creature found elsewhere in the dungeon. Jeez. Oh, I bet it's gonna turn into something like an abomination if I give it time. The spiting flesh shapes itself into a furious great orb of ice. Furious? Okay, yeah, there you go. Stares at you suspiciously for a moment, then relaxes. Okay. Shouts to Jiva. Alright, so what can I tell you about this character? It feels really, really, really strong. But I don't know. Like, it's always difficult to give a correct assessment of the power level of some of these things. Um, what I mean is that, like, is it powerful because I got lucky with the loot that I found, or is it powerful just because it is actually like super strong? I don't know. I feel like it is like this run has been very powerful because I found the Demon Whip, and because I found Ignite Poison, and because I found Noxious Bog early on. Like all of those things happened at exactly the moment that they needed to happen in order for me to have a really strong run. You know, if those things had arrived slightly later, I wouldn't really have been able to make a lot of use of them, and the run would have been completely different. Maybe I wouldn't even be here at this point. So I cannot tell you if Oni is actually, like, Oni Alchemist is actually strong or not. It feels kind of strong. Or rather, like, the impression that I am left when it comes to this run is positive, is what I'm trying to say. I need enlightenment. Alright, I have achieved enlightenment, and now let's punch this Dread Lich, or hit it with my weapon using my enlightenment. Oh, scary thing. The Draconian Shifter got rid of my enlightenment. Mm. But I didn't get hexed, so it's okay. Yeah, this trap is pretty rough. I maybe should have gone the other way, but like it's essentially the same thing. Let's use might again. Haste as well. I have 9 haste. Oof. Why don't I get so many consumables on all of my runs? I feel like it's only on some very select runs that I happen to find all of these juice. I can wear the hat again. I'll equip it after this fight. If I survive anyway. But I'm gonna survive. Like, of course I'm gonna survive. I killed the Orb of Fire with a free attack from drinking a potion. This is so funny. The free attack mechanic is really cool. I like it. I like it. I do have to say that I wish they got double effects on all potions, just like Armatar. Lost my haste. Lost everything actually, because courtesy of this purple draconian, I lost everything. Okay. Maybe I should have rested. Okay, you're gonna step on that teleport trap. There we go. And then I'm gonna rest. No double mutation for me. That's something that people did, like spam mutation on Armator. I never tried it. Man, why do devs need to nerf the mutation minigame? Just let people do their thing, and Darwin will take care of the rest, I suppose. No need to directly remove it, you know? Let's drink some ambrosia, but first we're gonna use Fogel. I tried it once per results. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Um, let people enjoy their RNG. I mean, this game is already so full of RNG. Why remove the RNG that people actually enjoy? You had it work very nicely with normal potions of mutation, or with normal cannot mutate. Probably normal potions of mutation. Mm. Okay, as I said, ambrosia. Giga heal. Yeah, ambrosia is actually kinda sick with this species. Okay, let's keep going. At some point, some of the guys that I teleported away will come back to me, so better grab the orb and get out before that happens. Can't drink potions? Why not? I mean, I know that I have the bad mutations, but I'm at full HP. What even triggered that at full HP? Or unless it changed. Let's take a look at it. When you're harmed, there is a chance that you will become temporarily unable to drink potions. There's a chance, and the chance is hidden. I thought that the chance increased with tension. That's why I was wondering, why did I get that debuff if I'm at full HP? Yeah, that was a very much not tense situation, is what I'm trying to say. Do I still have resistance to electricity? Seems to be the case. Nice. Okay, I have secured the orb. I'm not gonna pick it up yet. Gonna play it safe and kill these guys. Yeah, just in case this guy turned me into a bat or something. I don't want to deal with panlords as a bat. Alright, pick this up and then we're gonna get out. And I'm gonna step on the teleport traps because bad things may happen. But I might have to. Okay, I'm going to. Yeah, I saw the orb of fire. I was like, okay, Hell Sentinel, it's fine. I'm a noni. I have a million HP. It's okay. But I saw the orb of fire on top of that, and I was like, nope, we're not doing that. Fortunately, I got a really, really good teleport. That would actually lead me into a bit of a trap. The correct thing to do is to go through the stairs that I have already explored, right? Yeah, I don't know what I would be running into if I took the stairs there. Run away, don't fight anything. As a golden rule of the orb run, if you don't have to fight anything, you don't fight anything. Is this guy scary? What do you do? You're melee, you're fast, and you have irradiate. You have no stuns or paralyzes. That means that I don't care. Minus potion. It didn't follow me upstairs. That's weird. I was like, okay, it's gonna come upstairs with me and then I'm gonna kill it. and everything will be okay, but it didn't come upstairs. Tzitzimitl, we can probably deal with it. Tzitzimitl is asphyxiated. I didn't think that those could be asphyxiated. Oh, this is the first time in the whole game that defensive jelly ability triggers. Wild, isn't it? I think that I'm gonna blink past this guy. Yeah, I have 3 of them, but it's the orb run and I'm on D5, so whatever. I don't want to fight it. Fighting profane servitors, it's not that they are like really scary. They're like drain tanks, because they heal off of hitting you, and they are kind of hard to kill. Like they're tanky, you know, and they heal. Drain tank. You know what I mean. So that just like trying to kill it would take me a lot of time with this character, which means that there would be a large window of opportunity for something scary to generate. So like might as well just skip that with a scroll blinking. That's what they're for. Yeah, we won. First, oh, 1-on-1. 1-on-1. I won in my first attempt at Oni and Alchemist. Ooh, let's go. 100% win rate on Oni and Alchemist and Oni Alchemist. Let's go. Now let's go ahead and make it official. youtube.com/@9settler. Alrighty, now that that is done, we can get out of here. I should have put on the hat. Tragic blunder that I didn't put on the hat. I went through the entirety of the game without using evocables even once. You know, I had a bit of a backup plan. Like if I was not going to, like if I lost the character, I was not gonna start another one. I was gonna play something else. But I'm glad that I didn't need to start another game. 3 hours and 34 minutes. And 1 gem. Check that out. 1 gem. Now you think it's wild that Curly Braids has a server high score with Cat Transmuter? It is insane. Cat Transmuter and you have a server high score. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that it's not too much of an inconvenience to you that crawl is not really going to be a regular thing from now on, but during the tournament I'll play some, and I'll try to get in a run here and there. I think once a week is too much for me even at this point, but we shall see how that goes. I'll play when I want to play, and if I don't want to play crawl, I'll play something else because I have decided that I do like to stream, and I want to continue doing so even if I cannot stream crawl, as I have mentioned multiple times already. See you around, have a nice rest of your night, and thank you for everything.